was involved in the project side of the level 5 maintenance at Alstom on the trains, which is heavy maintenance projects. So some of the skills that I didn't quite have some of the skills at the time to be able to run a sort of clear project. So at the time, I spoke to my boss at the time, and he suggested this course to go on, and he did something similar before, and said it was really worthwhile doing. So yeah, that's how I started on it. I enjoyed the most, and probably helped me the most, was the kind of interpersonal side of things of managing a team. So the leadership work was great. Communication helped me. I was used to sort of working by myself and just managing my own time and workload and that sort of stuff. And when I started to learn about the technical side of projects and how to run a project, it was fine, but you really need that kind of interpersonal relationship skills with your project team to make that actually work. It doesn't work without that. So those are the things that I found the most benefit and probably improved my work life as well, because you just tend to find it easier to get on with people once you've learned some of those aspects of those modules. So yeah, I found that invaluable, really. So my project was on major overhauls on a Voyager. So specifically, it was what we call the bogie overhaul. Previously, engineering would just sort of play a part within a project team. Our project team at the time, they had a few guys leave, and one of the guys was off long-term ill, so they were really under pressure with workload. And what it meant was I was able to use those skills and come in and essentially project manage it from an engineering point of view, which given that it was a major project, took a load off the project team as well. Not only did it help at the time, it's actually created a better working relationship between the two teams and probably a better way of working anyway going forward. I used a lot of my revision notes for my endpoint assessment just to kind of recap. At the time, I'd done a lot of conclusion writing for each module, just to sort of get me on the road to revision. So I used a lot of that, pairing those notes up with actual experiences. That was the thing that I found the best about the endpoint assessment. I was quite nervous about it, but once you actually associate the college work with actual real life scenarios, not only helps you understand the process from the technical point a lot easier because you can see it in the real life work, but as far as the endpoint assessment, I ended up, after sort of 5 minutes of the conversation, I was really confident. Dave, yeah, he's great. Really, really helpful. Really supportive. He'd pick up the phone whenever you wanted it. It was 24/7. Halfway through my course, I actually got seconded into the engineering manager's role for a 6-month period, which meant that my workload sort of went up massively. During that time, I found it quite difficult to balance the college work and my job as well. But Dave helped me out with all that, and he was, I can't fault him. He's a really, really good shooter, and he's a good friend as well now. So it's unlimited access for the future as well. I think probably moving into a sort of standalone project manager's role is my next step. Within Alstom, there's a lot of scope for that. Having my own sort of portfolio of projects is the next sort of challenge for me, and to sort of be able to run those side by side and manage that. So that's the next step for me, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I already have done, actually. There's a guy in our team who's a successor to our lead engineer, and he was sort of asking me about this, and I've recommended to my boss that this course with Blue Line would be perfect. So,
for more information on apprenticeships, call or email us today. Terms and conditions apply.